Plus, Ghosts, all episodes now streaming on Paramount Plus. A toast to a new vampire family.
Salud. You guys really love your tomato juice.
Mama. Eternally yours. New CBS Fall.
In these first few days of summer, we continue to see that push and pull of the springtime temperatures, so cloudy with some showers and storms tomorrow. Those details are next.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Hodge. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, the United States Senate passes a war powers resolution that would limit President Trump's ability to address the war with Iran. Plus, state parks in Michigan are urging against the use of fireworks in campgrounds for this year's 4th of July celebrations. We'll have the details on that, and what was thought to be a futuristic way to deliver packages is upsetting some residents in Auburn Hills. They're complaining about the noise from Amazon's drone delivery service. Your 19 News at 11 starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 11.
Welcome in. A first look at your forecast as we're getting you ready for tomorrow, kind of that midweek point, and we have some cooler temperatures. This is the first few days of summer officially, but we're still seeing that tug of war between springtime cool and the summertime warmth. It'll be more spring-like tomorrow with limited sunshine and a few different rounds of showers and isolated thunderstorms. Should just be mostly showers for us here in Marquette, and we'll talk about that much-needed warm-up for next week in just a few short minutes.
Very much. For the first time after 10 previous attempts, the U.S. Senate passed a War Resolutions Act today aimed at limiting President Trump's ability to utilize further U.S. military force in Iran without congressional approval. This comes as the U.S. and Iran disagree over terms of an agreement, including who will control the Strait of Hormuz, the critical waterway through which a fifth of the world's oil traditionally flows. Jesse Mitchell has the latest tonight.
The yeas are 50, the nays are 48. The concurrent motion is agreed to.
Late Tuesday, senators passed a war powers resolution by a margin of 50 to 48 in their 10th attempt. 4 Republicans joined Senate Democrats to approve the measure previously passed by the House, which blocks the president from ordering U.S. troops to take any military action against Iran unless Congress declares war or authorizes the use of force.
Americans got worse than nothing from this war. We're worse off than before it started.
In Pennsylvania Tuesday, President Trump spoke optimistically about the situation in Iran.
We just achieved a historic peace agreement with Iran to end the conflict in the Strait of Hormuz. And by the way, yesterday, 19 million barrels of oil flowed out of the Strait of Hormuz, a very beautiful place.
But the regime's chief negotiator insisted Tuesday Iran will maintain control of the strait. Washington and Tehran are also publicly disagreeing over nuclear inspectors. On Monday, Vice President J.D. Vance said Iran would allow inspectors into their country.
The Iranians have agreed to invite IAEA inspectors back into their country.
But on Tuesday, Iran said there were no such plans. President Trump insisted inspectors will be on site.
At the appropriate time. There's no rush, but they'll be on the ground at the appropriate time.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio downplayed the conflicting statements.
And now they'll either do it or they won't. And if they do, the process moves forward, and if they don't, the president will have some decisions to make.
Rubio is in the United Arab Emirates this week to discuss the Strait of Hormuz, among other matters.
Michigan House Speaker Matt Hall says Republican and Democratic leaders have agreed to a framework for the next state budget. Hall says the agreement would avoid tax increases, keep lawmakers from using the state's rainy day fund, and result in a smaller budget than last year. Legislative leaders are now negotiating spending targets for individual departments. Hall says he believes the deal could still be completed before July 1st.
How much are we going to spend on each department? That's called a target. And then hopefully we get a deal on that today. I don't see why we can't get a deal on that today. And then we'll get the subcommittees to work.
Hall says once those targets are finalized, budget subcommittees can begin working through the details of individual department spending plans. Several Michigan state parks will hold higher restrictions on fireworks this 4th of July. It's a courtesy towards veterans, pet owners, and others sensitive to loud noises. WZMQ's Andrew Hans has more.
Keeping a quiet state park during one of the busiest camping holidays of the year seems quite the task. But for some Michigan sites this summer, a major decibel factor on the 4th of July will remain at bay.
Because now fireworks are legal in the state of Michigan. We remind every camper when they check in what the regulations are.
Most projectile fireworks like bottle rockets, Roman candles, and firecrackers are already illegal to light on the grounds of a state park, while things like sparklers and ground spinners are allowed. A main area of concern around the holiday is those affected by PTSD, leading to the DNR and Michigan Veteran Affairs Agency to provide a list of 11 firework-free campgrounds, typically in more secluded locations like Tequamanon Falls State Park.
We're about 11 miles from the nearest fireworks, sort of the combination of that, and then us educating our visitors. Hopefully we'll have another quiet 4th of July weekend here at Tequamanon Falls.
An issue during this time of year is a lack of consideration when using fireworks. And as some folks might not light all of their fireworks just over the holiday, the parks will continue the courtesy into the coming weeks.
The biggest thing I've heard is that folks don't think of that. It's one of those, they're just really not aware that something like that could be disturbing to another individual. Once the 4th is over, we still have the literature out and posted, so, that way it's still out there as the summer goes on.
A list of all 11 parks, including the 4 in the UP, holding firework-free camping can be found on our website. Andrew Hans, WZMQ 19 News.
Amazon's drone delivery system is sparking concerns with the community in Auburn Hills. Alicia Bergio explains how the city is addressing these complaints.
In the last 2 months, the city of Auburn Hills has received countless complaints of Amazon's Prime Air drone delivery service, even taking to social media to acknowledge the community's concerns.
The post was mainly to let the residents know that we hear you. We hear your complaints about the drones.
Mayor Eugene Hawkins says the noise, frequency, and privacy, the top frustrations.
There's always at least 8 to 10 or 8 to 12 drones going over their houses per day. It's a constant buzzing sound once the drones are up and going over your home. Privacy issues are a big concern with the residents.
Amazon says cameras on their drones are used for navigation and safe delivery of packages. They do not record people. As far as the noise, the company says sound is minimal and only lasts about 30 seconds.
There's one going over their head now. I mean, you can barely hear it. To me, I'm so used to it, it doesn't bother me.
It's kind of a nuisance, and I find they're just a little annoying.
If you're doing something, it gets your attention. You can visibly hear them when you're in your house. You're like, oh, there's another drone flying by.
The city of Auburn Hills says they don't have local control over these drones, but have taken concerns to Amazon and the Federal Aviation Administration.
Amazon is operating within the confines of the law. There's a possibility that they may be able to alter flight paths, maybe alter some or amend some flight height.
In a statement to CBS News Detroit, Amazon says in part, quote, "We value the feedback of the communities where we operate and will continue working with the Auburn Hills community members and officials to address their questions and concerns." In the meantime, Hawkins encourages residents to submit complaints on the City of Auburn Hills website. City leaders plan to follow up with Amazon again in the fall.
Kelly Rowland has your first warning weather forecast after the break. Plus, we'll see how the longest table community picnic went in Marquette this evening. And this time of the year is one of the most critical for blood donations. We'll have the details when we come back.
19 News is brought to you by Kirkish Furniture.
Live outside Marquette County? Recycle 906 is worth the drive. We accept cans, cardboard, plastics, and more. Bring it in. Keep the Upper Peninsula clean. See what we accept at recycle906.com.
Closed captioning sponsored by Range Bank of Upper Michigan.
It's an all-new Kelly, hosted by us.
Wednesday, Molly Sims. Sorry, we can't sing.
Plus, Abbott Elementary's William Stanford Davis.
We heard that you based your character on your grandmother.
My grandmother was a conspiracy theorist. This is back in 1969. She said, baby, them people ain't been on that moon.
Skate into an all-new Kelly.
Good one.
The Kelly Clarkson Show, tomorrow at 5 on WZMQ CBS. Get an 11% rebate on everything when you shop at Menards. Your roof enhances the appearance of your home's exterior, and it's the first line of defense against the elements. Owens Corning Duration Shingles offer ultimate protection. Choose from 26 stylish colors to transform the appearance of your home. Save big today on Owens Corning Duration Shingles and get an 11% rebate on your entire project. Now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
My mom is a veteran and she was injured in the line of duty.
I hurt my leg in a training accident when she was only 2 years old.
She had 7 different surgeries over the span of 9 years, and there were tons of complications.
I'm doing much better now. I'm an active part of my kids' lives.
She can kick a mean soccer ball.
Through thick and thin, DAV's been there for me and my family.
Every year, DAV helps more than 1 million veterans like Sandy get the health and disability benefits they've earned.
My victory is getting my life back.
Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
Sophia Murphy reports at 6 and 11 on WZMQ 19 News. Now, from the 19 News Forecast Center, this is WZMQ 19 First Warning Weather with meteorologist Kelly Rowland.
And welcome back. We had a pretty seasonal day for today. Should be at 74 now for that high temperature here in Marquette, and we did round things off at 71, so we're definitely still struggling to reach that seasonal point. It's just been a bit difficult with these systems that come through, and when we get the back end of it, it's those winds from the north, and then you factor in that cloud cover and rain on top of that. That's where you really get those springtime temperatures hanging around. So make sure to have the rain gear for the morning commute and keep it throughout the evening. Also, it's not going to be an all-day rain, but it is going to be on the overcast side and a few different rounds of showers and storms, and it's all because of this system. Each time I advance Futurecast, you can definitely see that counterclockwise rotation. So just because that low pressure system will basically be right over top of the Upper Peninsula, there's going to be lots of lifting, so the more opportunity there is for that instability, the better opportunity you maybe have for some showers and thunderstorms really hanging around until we can fully get this system out of here. But once we get to your Thursday afternoon, then we'll clear up a lot of that cloud cover as well as some of those heavier downpours, maybe just a bit of light drizzle or mist throughout Thursday. But just watch out. A few of these thunderstorms we might need to pay extra attention to, just depending on how much of that energy it does pick up with the lifting. I'll keep a close eye on it, although I don't see a very good chance of severe weather potential. But we are going to see, when we talk about storms maybe next week, we're especially going to watch out for that too, because we are going to see a pretty decent warm up, and the more heat, the more humidity you can give those storms, that's ultimately fuel exactly what thunderstorms need to not only develop but to strengthen. So at the very least, because it is still at that 7 to 10 day mark, things can definitely still change, but at least we can see this overall pattern of a surge of warm air coming up from the south because of that jet stream lifting for Sunday going into the following Monday and Tuesday. So I know this is next week, but I'm just giving you something to not only look forward to, but also to prepare for. Heat can sometimes sneak up on you in the fact of it's been a long winter. You just want to get outside and enjoy that warm up, but you have to listen to your body. If you're starting to feel dizzy, nauseous, clammy skin, confusion, you can really feel that heat on your skin. Make sure to move into a cooler place, stay hydrated, wear loose clothing. Also ask for help if you need to. Don't feel embarrassed or ashamed, because actually heat is the leading cause of weather-related deaths for a yearly average from 2015 to 2024. It's heat and flooding, and especially vehicle-related flooding accidents. You really have to watch out for heat and flooding, and especially next week when we're looking at that heat. Watch out for yourself and watch out for others. We do have some time before we get there, though. Got to get through this week with temperatures in the upper 60s. We'll get to that seasonal mark for the weekend, and then the atmospheric oven really starts to preheat and heat up as we head into the week.
Kelly, thank you again. A simple meal can go a long way towards bringing people together. That's the idea behind Marquette's longest table community picnic, part of this year's Together Tuesday celebration. Our own John Truitt attended the gathering put on by Spread Goodness Day and has more.
Today's picnic invited neighbors and strangers alike to share food, conversation, and community spirit
at the Marquette Commons.
And the longest table is we just put a bunch of tables together, put some decorations out, and we invite you to come have a picnic with us, whether you get takeout, take some food from home, or if you just come for the conversation and entertainment. It's about getting together.
The free event is part of the nationwide Together Tuesday movement, a national community building initiative created by the organization behind Giving Tuesday, held on the fourth Tuesday of June. It encourages people to take part in simple acts of generosity and community connection.
They invented the holiday Together Tuesday with the intention of getting them to focus on what our community needs, what it can look like when our community gets together for specific purposes.
Families were especially encouraged to attend. Organizers had chalk and bubbles, as well as face painting available for children, creating a relaxing environment for people of all ages.
What's more basic and simple for us to join together than over a simple meal? It doesn't matter where you're coming from, what you believe even, or what side of the aisle you're from. It's let's just break bread together. Let's get together for a simple meal, sit together as neighbors.
This isn't a fundraiser or festival in the traditional sense. It's a deliberate effort to combat loneliness and strengthen community ties through something as simple as sharing a meal with people you might not otherwise meet. In Marquette, John Truitt, WZMQ 19 News.
Spread Goodness Day began in Marquette in 2017 as a movement encouraging people to strengthen their communities through acts of kindness, generosity, and connection. The stretch between Memorial and Labor Day is called the 100 Deadliest Days, when serious crashes often increase on America's roads. As hospitals prepare for the busy summer season, blood centers are urgently warning of blood shortages. Gwen Baumgartner looks at the impact of fewer people rolling up their sleeves to give.
At this American Red Cross Blood Donation Center in Burbank, California, they're hoping for busier days this summer.
So when we're seeing these empty beds, this is not the ideal. Absolutely not.
Regional CEO Diana Pineda Ramirez stresses that each empty chair represents a missed opportunity during a season when demand for blood remains high.
We really want the community to come out and fill the beds.
The dreaded summer slowdown comes at a hectic time of year for trauma centers, which depend on a steady supply of blood donations to keep surgeries on schedule and save lives in an emergency.
People get busy, then you start to see that decline, and that means that hospitals and individuals who need that life-saving blood no longer have that access to it.
That means they need donors like Chuck Tappan to roll up their sleeves often, and more people need to do the same.
It's not that big a deal. It's just not. Don't overthink it, just go and do it.
He comes in every 2 months to give, but the Red Cross estimates less than 3% of age-eligible donors give blood, even fewer in the summer months, creating significant shortages throughout the country. Blood centers around the nation are feeling the impact. This one in Amarillo, Texas, is sounding the alarm.
It's less than a one-day supply. It's probably the lowest I've seen it.
Ramirez says maintaining a strong blood supply is critical as communities head into hurricane and wildfire season, when the need for blood can change quickly.
That is why we're urgently asking all of those who are eligible to donate to act now, book an appointment, and keep their appointment.
A quick pinch for donors, a lifeline for patients.
Mike Ludlam has your sports headlines. When we come back, he'll have a preview of this year's UP All-Star basketball games taking place tomorrow. We're back in 2 minutes.
Andersen brand products are #1 in quality. And The Window Store is your local Andersen expert for installation and service of all Andersen windows and doors. From showroom to your home. Andersen Windows and Doors at The Window Store.
I love crying.
Brittany Snow is expressive.
Maybe one day we'll have a film where we could cry together.
I would love nothing more.
Plus,
It was like an instant click.
a photo mishap leads to lasting friendship.
When you do a handshake, you're close.
Yeah, we're locked in now.
On The Jennifer Hudson Show.
The Jennifer Hudson Show, tomorrow at 4 on WZMQ CBS. Followed by The Kelly Clarkson Show at 5 and 19 News at 6.
We started back in 1913. Grandfather would go from door to door on a cart selling dry goods. It's great seeing people actually come in and saying, you know, my grandfather waited on you. We offer a wide selection of La-Z-Boy recliners, Smith Brothers Amish furniture. We also offer a wide selection of appliances, all with free delivery, and we'll set it up where you'd like. Being able to help the customer and satisfy what they're looking for in their house, making it the place that they want to be, has been one of the most rewarding things.
I just never had two better friends.
Thank you for being a friend.
Thank you. That's what friendship's all about.
MeTV thanks you for being our friend.
I would like to thank you all.
You're a pal and a confidant. And meet our newest friends, the Golden Girls.
I'd like you to meet my friends. I want you to meet my friends.
I'd like you to meet my best friends.
Weeknights on MeTV 19.1.
I'm really lucky to have friends like you.
Thank you for being a friend.
Andersen is the #1 trusted window and door brand. The Window Store is the Upper Peninsula's clear choice for windows and doors. Now that's a perfect fit. From showroom to your home, Andersen Windows and Doors at the Window Store.
The 40th annual Upper Peninsula All-Star Basketball Classic will take place tomorrow night at Bay College in Escanaba. The teams will be divided into North and South squads, with each girls team having 9 players. Each boys team will have 10. Miss UP basketball Lily Johnson of Gladstone will play for the South. Johnson will continue her career at the University of Wisconsin Green Bay. The South squad will be coached by Negaunee's Mike O'Donnell. The North All-Stars will be led by Ishpeming State Champion coach Ryan Rico. Rico will have 2 Hematites on his team, and one of them will be future Husky, Michigan Tech Husky, Janessa Eagle, and teammate Brittany Petrowski. Now the girls' game is slated to start at 5:30 Eastern Time. Meanwhile, Mr. UP basketball Ethan Marta of Westwood will play for the North team. Marta will attend Michigan Tech to play basketball. Dollar Bay's Jesse Kentala will be on the bench for the North. He'll be the coach. UP Division IV Player of the Year Liam Turtelot of the Blue Bolts will also be on the North. The South will be led by Menominee's Tanner Terkoff, and Maroons coach Sam Larson will lead that team. Boys game should start around 7:30. The skills competitions should take place around 5 o'clock Eastern Time. The 15th annual Upper Peninsula Football All-Star Game showcased the best players from the 2025 season. This year, those squads were divided into Team Royal, coached by Calumet's Josh Franti, and Team White, led by Escanaba's Bailey Lamb. Started off in the first quarter, Royal quarterback Tanner Terkoff of Menominee found North Dickinson's 0-5 for a 23-yard touchdown. Extra point good, 7-0 Team Royal. Team White responded later in the first. North Central quarterback Ben Stage handed the man of Steaks Jace Goodrow. He found the path on the far sideline. That was good for 30 yards and a first down. We move to the first play of the second quarter, and Menominee's Dawson Bardowski rumbles a little. Then he gets a little help from Lakeland and Hubble lineman Travis Holbrook. Goes in from 1 yard. Extra point was missed. Royal still led 7-6. Next Royal drive, Alonsis Keegan Davidson hands to Houghton's Braden Googe, and he would cut back, and the next thing you know, he breaks a tackle and is gone. Set 47 yards, I should say, for the touchdown, 14-6 Royal. Now Royal had one more chance to score before the half. Terkoff gave the ball to fellow Maroon Nathan Kopp, but Escanaba's Travis Asgard said, "No, I don't think so." That stopped the fourth down play. Team White reached about midfield, but Bardowski's desperate heave was intercepted by Calumet's Ben Anderson, and Team Royal took a 14-6 advantage into the locker room. Third quarter, Team Royal again. Number 12, Owen By of Norway in motion, and then will catch the pass from Terkoff, break a tackle, and score from 14 yards, 21-6. And Team Royal recovered a miscue by Team White on the ensuing kickoff. Terkoff faked the pitch and crossed the goal line from 13 yards, 28-6 Royal. And then a quick reminder, regular duck season in Michigan begins in late September or October, depending on which waterfowl zone you are hunting. Right side of the screen, number 1 is Cameron Varda of Norway. He hit Royal quarterback Keegan Davidson, and Daniel Connor picked up the fumble, and he ran about 41 yards for the score. Team Royal still led 28-12. Fourth quarter, Menominee's Dawson Bardowski scooped up the snap, connected with Ironwood's Nick Miskovich, 29 yards for the score, but that would be the end of the scoring in this contest. Team Royal took home the trophy with a 28-19 victory over Team White. We'll let the players jump up and down, and then we'll hear from the winners.
Over the week, you kind of learn who the guys are, but you know from the football season who those guys are. At the end of the day, we told the coaches, right, we just got to let the kids go out there and play football and let them do their thing, right? We gave them the tools, and they went out there, and it was a heck of a game. Both sides of the ball played real well. I'm glad it was a good game, and glad we came out on top.
I like to put my teammates first, make everybody feel better around me, and that's the best thing I can do for the team if I'm not on the field.
I thought the coaches set us up well for a really great game plan, and I was just doing everything I could to make sure that we came out on top, and they knew who the better team was at the end of the day.
It was very fun, one of the most fun weeks of my life, one of the most fun games I've ever played, and it was a cool game, close game, and it was just super fun.
A few players were injured during the week, but I don't think anybody was injured during the game. The 15th Annual Island Resort Golf Championship returns to Sweetgrass in Harris starting on Friday. It's a premier stop on the Epsom Tour, the official qualifying tour for the LPGA. 144 of the world's top rising golfers will battle for a share of the $225,000 purse as they try to earn their way onto the LPGA Tour. Winner will get $33,750. We caught up with a couple players this morning, including Negaunee grad and Central Michigan University golfer Rachel Niskanen. She received the player's exemption for the second straight year. Her high school coach will be her caddy, but her father Dale did all right a couple weeks ago in South Carolina.
I caddied for the first time like 2 weeks ago. A couple weeks ago in the Suzanne Pedersen qualifier. He did really good. I was honestly impressed. But Dustin Hoggestow, my high school golf coach, he'll be my caddy again. He was really good last year. He was like really intentional about things. He wants to know my numbers beforehand. He knows the course really well.
I love the golf course. I think it's like in really good shape. It kind of reminds me of like home a little bit, being in Michigan, so I'm used to these courses, which is really nice. The greens are rolling really good, and I think it's just like a really pretty golf course.
It's a little bit different than the first two events that we had just come out from, but a little bit less tree line than the others, a little bit more wind, wider, more hazard wind, so a little bit different obstacles than a couple weeks ago.
Wynn won the first stop of this year's Pure Michigan Cup at the Firekeepers Casino Hotel Championship in Marshall. Play begins on Friday at 7:30 in the morning. Tickets are $10 for all 3 days. To the NBA draft, the Washington Wizards chose Brigham Young freshman forward A.J. DeBanza with the first pick in Tuesday's draft. Washington finished 17-65 last season. DeBanza's a 6'9" standout who averaged 25.5 points and nearly 7 rebounds in his only college season. Elsewhere in the draft, University of Michigan's Morez Johnson Jr. went to Dallas with the 9th pick. Dallas now, by the way, coached by former University of Michigan coach Dusty May. Braden Burries of Arizona went to Milwaukee at number 10, then 2 more Wolverines. Yaxel Lendenborg to Golden State at 11, Ade Mara to Oklahoma City at 12, and at 17, the Pistons are eventually going to get Ibuka Okori, a guard from Stanford, through a trade. Major League Baseball, the Tigers, the Yankees, and that is the first Major League base hit for Ben Malgiri. In the first pitch he saw in the bottom of the 3rd inning, the Tigers would eventually take a 2-0 lead. However, the Yankees won by the count of 4-3, and we will be right back.
Here I am, field trip chaperone.
Before helping prevent migraine with Qulipta, it was hard keeping plans.
And look at me now.
You'll never truly forget migraine, but Qulipta reduces attacks, making more zero migraine days possible to help give that forget you get migraine feeling.
Don't take if allergic. Stop taking and get help right away for allergic reactions like trouble breathing, face, lip, or tongue swelling, itching, or rash. Tell your doctor about increased blood pressure or color changes, pain, or numbness in fingers or toes.
Ask your doctor about Qulipta to help prevent migrain.
It's an all-new Kelly, hsted by us.
Wednesday, Molly Sims. Sorry, we can't sing.
Plus, Abbott Elementary's William Stanford Davis.
We heard that you based your character on your grandmother.
My grandmother was a conspiracy theorist. This is back in 1969. She said, baby, them people ain't been on that moon.
Skate into an all-new Kelly.
Good one.
The Kelly Clarkson Show, tomorrow at 5 on WZMQ CBS. 19 News is brought to you by Kirkish Furniture.
Mamma Mia, it's Sophia on MeTV. A woman with charisma, with wit like a fine-tuned machine.
My whole life is an open book. Your whole life is an open blouse.
See her on The Golden Girls.
Weeknights on MeTV 19.1. Tonight's sports is brought to you by the Window Store.
Anderson brand products are #1 in quality, and the Window Store is your local Anderson expert for installation and service of all Anderson windows and doors. From showroom to your home. Anderson Windows and Doors at the Window Store. Anderson is the #1 trusted window and door brand. The Window Store is the Upper Peninsula's clear choice for windows and doors. Now that's a perfect fit. From showroom to your home, Anderson Windows and Doors at the Window Store.
And a final check of your forecast when we're talking about this warm-up. That is, of course, for next week, so it is going to be cooler and rainy, especially for tomorrow. I think once we pass tomorrow, then things will just continuously improve and we get to that more sunny skies and the summer-like heat. But definitely not for tomorrow, especially here in Marquette. We'll see those temperatures really struggle, especially with that shift in the wind in the afternoon. It's going to be really difficult to even get to that mid-60s mark. So it's going to be cooler. Have the rain gear with a few different rounds of scattered showers and thunderstorms throughout the day. We'll gradually taper off that rain for Thursday, but definitely going to see some of that moisture and maybe a brief shower or two for Thursday. And we'll watch out for that severe thunderstorm potential. We don't have much heat, which of course helps for fueling storms. So just watch out for these showers and storms. That's really it for tomorrow. And then things will really start to clear up for Friday, headed into the weekend. That's when we see that heat, but we also have some thunderstorm chances for the following week. So we'll be watching all of that. Make sure to tune in tomorrow for the latest on your forecast.
Kelly, thank you again. Mike, you got anything extra?
We have a few notes tonight and some pretty good ones too. First, the Brewers beat Cincinnati by the score of 2-0. Good pitching, just a little bit of hitting. Former NMU basketball guard J.C. Weisbrod will continue her career in the United Kingdom. She has made a commitment to play for a team over there. In Wisconsin high school basketball, as long as they have permission and the two teams agree, you're going to like this. Maybe not. 35-second shot clock next year. Not statewide yet, but at least in non-conference games. So they may be on their way to getting that done in a couple years. And of course, in case you did not hear, Giannis Antetokounmpo and Bobby Portis were traded from the Milwaukee Bucks to the Miami Heat for a whole bunch of players, including Tyler Hero and draft picks.
That was a bit extra, Mike. Thank you very much. Thank you all for watching. We'll catch you back here tomorrow.
Instant games from the Michigan Lottery. Fun to play, anytime, any place, at any pace. With dozens of games to choose from and millions of dollars in prizes, it's instant fun for everyone. Sparkle, scratch, and win with millions of dollars in prizes. It's instant fun for everyone. Sparkle,